Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Frenkie de Jong and his contract renewal. It does seem like as of now that Frenkie de Jong is not interested in renewing with FC Barcelona. Barcelona have now encountered a very serious problem with their highest paid player. It says here, according to Mundo Deportivo, that Barcelona withdrew the contract offer they made for Frenkie de Jong as he never responded to it. The club will reevaluate his situation and may make a new offer, but never like the previous one. Then Sport have claimed Barcelona have decided to sell Frenkie de Jong this summer. They're not satisfied with his level, has a high salary, and never responded to the contract renewal offer. They have also claimed that Barcelona think that they can afford to sell Frenkie de Jong next summer as they consider the position well covered. Barcelona are very disappointed with Frenkie de Jong's attitude. The renewal offer made to the player maintained his very high salary, and the player never replied. The club will take a decision on his future at the end of the season. And so yes, it is true. Over the past few weeks, we have really been questioning, why has Frenkie de Jong not responded to the renewal offer? Is Frenkie de Jong even interested? It's almost as if Frenkie de Jong is not interested in anything right now. He's not interested in responding to the renewal offer. He's not interested in responding on the pitch, nor trying in whatever he does have to do on the field. Frenkie de Jong is not trying in anything at the moment, not responding to nothing, which makes us very, very frustrated, because it does give us that idea, right, that Frenkie de Jong is only here to collect a check and nothing more. Because if you're not going to be responding to the renewal, that means you don't see a future with FC Barcelona. And if you're not going to be providing us value on the pitch and you look disinterested, you look like you don't even want to try, yet again it reinforces our idea that you are simply here only to collect a check and nothing more. Frenkie de Jong's contract is going to be expiring in the summer of 2026, meaning that by next year in the summer of 2025, he's only going to be having 1 year left in his contract. And this is the reason why Joan Laporta and Deco have been offering Frenkie de Jong a renewal, because they don't want to lose him for free. Now here's the thing, right? I'm going to give my own opinion on this whole thing because I find this whole situation very tricky. I believe that the board has always been in favor of selling Frenkie de Jong, right? Outside of Joan Laporta, outside of Deco, the other sporting staff, the economic department, anybody that works within those departments, right? They have always been in favor of letting go of Frenkie over the past 4 years. I believe that this is nothing new. I believe that what would be new and what would be considered as like really big news is if Frenkie de Jong himself says, I want to leave the club, and he puts out interest stating that he does not see a future with Barcelona and wants to go somewhere else. That, my friends, that would be something new and something groundbreaking, but we have not heard that yet. I believe that that is the piece that's missing right now in order for us to officially let go of Frenkie de Jong, because I really do think that this player does not want to stay. Now you may question, but Kevin, if the board have been wanting Frenkie de Jong out over the past 3 to 4 years, why has he not left yet? Because it does seem like Frenkie de Jong has the power and he does have the say on what he does want to do and how his future does pan out. Yes, that's true, but here's the thing. Going into winter 2025 for the first time in his career and with FC Barcelona, I believe that in 2025 is going to be a lot different. I believe that Barcelona have much more leverage this time, and that is because he is only going to be having 1 year left in his contract. If Frenkie de Jong does not respond to any renewal, nor does he say that he wants to leave and he wants to have continuity at Barcelona and just run out his contract with the club, Barcelona can simply just say, okay, that's fine, you do that, but just know that we have players now that can take your spot and you're not going to be playing at all, and if you do, it's probably going to be no more than like 100 minutes per season and you're just going to be on the bench. That, my friends, is huge leverage, because if Barcelona do give him that type of treatment, Frenkie de Jong is going to be saying, wait a minute, you're telling me that I'm not going to have any prominence with this team, no minutes with this team, and have a World Cup to play a year later in the summer of 2026? That, my friends, is not going to be good news for Frenkie de Jong, because if Frenkie de Jong is going to be taking that step down, that's a huge problem, because he's going to have to convince the Netherlands coach why he should be in the starting 11 for the World Cup. So he is going to be having objectives, but he cannot meet those objectives if he does not play in the end, because right now, if Frenkie de Jong does stay and run out his contract, Barcelona will not use him as much as they used to, because we have Bernal, we have Casado, we have Pedri, we have Gavi, we have multiple players, and more players from that Masia are coming through. He would just continue to be a 28 or 29-year-old player that just gets injured over and over again until the summer of 2026, and nobody is going to call him up. And that World Cup of 2026 might be his last chance to ever get called up or considered to the World Cup. It is a very similar situation to what Real Madrid did with Bale or what Chelsea did with Chilwell. This type of treatment is nothing new, and to be very honest, I don't enjoy this type of like phases with players and clubs. Like, I do hate to see clubs treat players in this way, and I do especially hate seeing FC Barcelona treat a player in this manner, because, you know, they're grown adults. The club do care about the players in some capacity, but these clubs do make decisions based off what's best for the club, not not the player. So things are just different now, because a long time ago, 2 or 3 years ago, he did have huge influence on the negotiations. What happens because he did have the leverage. Barcelona now do have the leverage because of the players that we do have in his position. And I understand, right? Many might say, but Kevin, you don't think that Frenkie de Jong is good enough to maybe be better than Casado, Pedri, Gavi, or Marc Bernal? I do think so, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't think Frenkie de Jong has a capacity to be better than Casado, who is a 1v1 dual monster, to be better than Pedri, who is a rotator on the ball. He is not going to be better than Gavi, not going to be better than Marc Bernal. I don't even think if Frenkie wanted, he has the hunger to be the best midfielder at Barcelona, because we have seen him time and time again, every time he is on the pitch, he just does not give 110%. And if you look at all the seasons that he was in with Barcelona, when he was fully available and there was nobody competing for his spot from the very beginning, back in 2019, he only provided 5 goal contributions, only 5, within a span of 42 matches. In the next season, which was his second season, 14 goal contributions within a span of 51 matches, then 9 goal contributions within a span of 47 matches, and then 6 goal contributions within a span of 43 matches, and it only gets even worse, only 2 goal contributions within a span of 30 matches. And right now, he has no goal contributions, he gives no assists, no goals, and in the past 4 to 5 years, he was never really a player that can go past 14 goal contributions. And there were times when he was playing as a central midfielder, as a defensive midfielder, but he cannot put out big numbers. Like, think about that, right? Marc Casado, in his first full season with FC Barcelona, I know that last season he was in the first team, but in terms of consistency and actually being used, when he was being bet on, he currently does have 5 assists so far with FC Barcelona. In his first full consistent season with Barcelona, 5 assists. That is already beating Frenkie de Jong's first full season at FC Barcelona. And that is with Casado only playing 17 matches. And then you do have Pedri in this season as a central defensive midfielder, already has 3 goals and 2 assists within a span of 19 matches. Frenkie de Jong has never been able to reach those type of numbers per match within a span of just 19 matches. Like, in order for him to have like 5 goal contributions, you need to give this player like 40 games. And so let me know in the comment sections down below, what do you think Barcelona should do with Frenkie de Jong? Do you believe that Barcelona should try and go for a renewal with the player, or just let him run out his contract and let him rot on the bench? Do you think that we're being too unfair with Frenkie? Do you believe that Frenkie maybe does have a chance to be in the starting 11 and play next to either Pedri or Gavi or Casado, or maybe Marc Bernal? Or do you believe that Barcelona should just sell him outright in the next summer with all their might, right? To try their best to convince Frenkie that he should leave, and hopefully leave for a total of 60 million euros. Maybe not sell him at around 75 million euros, because at that time the reason why he was sold for that amount was because of his age, because of his performance with Ajax, but because he's 27 years old, he has not been at his best. At a price tag of around 55 to 60 million euros would really help FC Barcelona. Do you think that would be the route? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.